on, babies.
Thank you, Irene.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irene.
Boys, how are you?
Good, you?
Excellent. Raymond, why don't you kick us off, the show off with your opening take here?
Well, my opening take starts it off with the New England Patriots game last evening against the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, we lost in brutal overtime fashion, but Mac Jones going out there after making a mental mistake, throwing that pick six, coming back on the field next play, 75-yard bomb to Kendrick Bourne. You know, that's the kind of guy we want to see going forward. I think our season's over with, but it's nice looking ahead, seeing Mac Jones being able to just wipe away the negativity, go out there and fucking just throw a dime to Kendrick Bourne. I know this makes you very unhappy, Rich, but fuck you.
You fucking putz.
So we're celebrating moral victories now? Are we on that now?
Not only that, Bill, maybe we can get into this a little bit later. I don't want to take the opening too long here, but all of that Mac Jones stuff. Look, I've been the biggest supporter of Mac Jones that game. At the end of that game is not something to celebrate Mac Jones over. First of all, it wasn't a mental error on the pick six. It was a shitty
throw.
And he had those slants. He better be working overtime in those slants because they all were in that spot, including that drop to Aguilar. And that pass to Bourne, I don't know what the fuck that safety was doing, but Bourne's head should have come off. I have no idea where that safety was going.
I was saying it in the stadium too last night. I was like, that it was all on the safety. You could see it a mile away. Like,
I mean, nice throw. The route was better than the throw.
Yeah, they're afraid to get penalties, and that's what it is. And it looked like he threw it flat-footed. And boy, I mean, it was a good throw to Bourne, but yeah, it was all Bourne. And like that was the problem.
In terms of the mindset of Mac Jones, I agree with you. I think he's a short memory, and that'll be good for him. But you fucking Bobo, you come with a positive take after that. Allow me to go. This team's dead in the water, not a playoff team, failed season, second failed season in a row after you not only but probably push Tom Brady out the door. We don't have to rehash that whole saga again, but it's a failed season. You're not player 2-4. Your schedule is too tough. They have proven time and time again that in close games they are not the team they once were, and I don't think they have enough time this season to get there. Maybe next season. There's good enough players on this team and good enough coaching to get there, but it's not going to happen this season. Bye-bye playoff hopes. You got 7 or 8 teams ahead of you. You're not going to get there. Sorry, not going to get there. It's not a playoff season for the New England Patriots this year. Bill, your opening take.
Nathan Eovaldi, is he one of the best playoff pitchers in Red Sox history? You know, he's 4-1 career record. They're 8-1 in games he's pitched in the playoffs. He's only lost one game, and it was against the Dodgers, 6 innings, and then 18 inning game 3, I believe, in relief, mind you. And what, gutsy performance, especially after 41-minute delay. Came out, only gave up the 3 runs. Probably could have went
fucking 41-minute delay.
Well,
God, baseball.
You have to let Odorizzi get, health. You have to let him warm up so that he can go through his whole thing. It sucks that it was 41 minutes, but good to see him come out. This is exactly the start we needed. I floated the idea of maybe pulling him a little early so you can kind of get some extra relief out of him. Maybe game 4. He did make it to game 5, 5th inning, kind of saved the bullpen a little bit. And that's what you're going to need with Erod coming up tonight. It's probably one of the biggest starts of his career, truthfully. This is a pivotal
This sounds like a really long opening take, Bill, that you're coming up with.
It's because he's rambling.
On the fly. It's because I'm on the fly.
Well, we'll certainly get to the Red Sox ALCS and Nathan Eovaldi. Game 2 performance really, was overshadowed by the offense. We'll do Patriots, Cowboys talk and some Patriots future. Your Braves up 2-0 in the NLCS. We'll cover
back-to-back walk-offs, baby. Let's go.
Bruins opening night, they got the W, and the Celtics start the season on Wednesday before the next show we record. So that's basically what that segment's going to be. The Celtics start the season on Wednesday. Other than that, looking to have some jolly good old laughs with the chinless fucking Ray down at the bottom with that giant damn fucking microphone. And Billy Rambles. Welcome to the Silver Mind Sports Show, Fat Tuesday Weekend Roundup, October 12th. I've been killing the dates lately.
No, October 19th, dude.
19.
I
Your daughter's birthday this week, too? You fucking idiot.
Damn it. All right, well, what up? Welcome to the show. People are going to think that was on purpose. That was not on purpose.
No, I know
No.
it was on purpose. Damn. You were like tooting your own horn too. I've been fucking
nailing the day lately.
October 12th, baby. Boom.
That was like what the hell was the Lakers guy?
I know who you're talking about. Nick
Swish, whatever the fuck his nickname
Dan
was.
Axel. Or
No,
Nick Young.
Swizzy P.
Swaggy P.
Nick
Swaggy
Young.
P.
Swaggy
Nick
P
Young, yeah.
shot the 3 and he turned his back and did the shimmy and he bricked it. That was me on the dates there. Whether it be the 12th or the 19th, we are always brought to you by White Birch Craft Brewing in New Hampshire, in Nashua, New Hampshire. Ray, address, please.
460 Amherst Street.
Good side of Amherst Street. Get on down to the brewery. Try yourself a pint. Try yourself a flight. Get everything new. It's all delicious. If you can't get down to the brewery, then certainly get it at your local beer stores. Wherever you get it, tell them the Simple Minds boys sent you. White Birch Brewing. I've been slamming that tagline down for a year now, though. Can't take that away from me, Ray.
Never.
Bill, you were at the game.
I was.
That type of game is the worst game to be at.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Mac
Ups
Jones,
and downs, and you
ups and downs, and it was kind of
low.
The first half wasn't so exciting. You had 7 lead changes, you know, in the last 7 minutes of the game or 4 minutes of the game, including in overtime. So yeah, I mean, you know, I was crushed after that pick 6. And of course, I'm sitting next to a fucking Dallas fan. So they let me hear it. And I'm like, just speechless. And then you see the fucking up and you score a touchdown a little too quick. You didn't want to score 75 yards in 16 seconds. You wanted to drown that clock out because you left way too much time left for Dak to come down with over 2 minutes left, including the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts. You scored too quick.
This Patriots offense of scoring
no, I know, but
touchdown too quick.
I know, but
your point is made and correct.
Look at the game. I mean, it was the place was erupted when he you know, especially after that 2-point conversion. I thought we had it. I was like, oh shit, man, field goal. You know, you can stop him here.
Could have been the
defense
corner turn
is
in the season.
atrocious.
3rd and 25, you give him 24 yards, please.
Yeah, those were some of the key takeaways I had. So the 3rd down, 3rd and 25, you give up 24 yards to give up the game tying field goal. The defense
Can't have that.
On paper, the defense is top 5 in almost every category. But in every one of these games, specifically that they've lost, but even the games they've won, they have not gotten off the field in big time situations. Obviously, the overtime, you know, you give up that play to CeeDee Lamb, no safety help. Greg Bedard put this on Twitter. No safety help on whatever that was, a 60-yard play to end the fucking game from CeeDee Lamb, one-on-one coverage. He was one of the fastest guys in the field. Who
wide
also,
open
on Jalen Mills, who can't cover a fucking hat one-on-one. I don't know if this is Bill Belichick or Steve Belichick or the players. I think we should kind of move off of blaming the coaches for everything at this point in the season. It's everybody's fault. But the last thing I'll say about that little wave and smile CeeDee Lamb gave, Jalen Mills should have ripped his fucking helmet off his head and beat him over.
I would have more respect for him.
Should have got a game
Yeah.
suspension.
Not the little push that he did. Yeah.
You can't let a guy do that to you in your own fucking stadium and at least shove him or something. Get into a fake brawl. You just took it. Oh, bad way to end on top of that.
Terrible. And you can blame coaching. Josh McDaniels is high on my shit list right now. You know, you had Mac Jones was 15 of 21. He was 9 for 9 in the first half. Why the fuck is Mac Jones throwing 21 passes? Why are you running on 1st and 2nd down and setting up long 3rd downs? Let the kid throw. Take the training wheels off. We want the training wheels off right now, and they're not doing it. 4th and 3 in overtime. Go for it. 4th and 3 against Tampa Bay instead of kicking a 54-yard field goal in the rain. Go for it. What are you doing?
Well, yesterday that was an excuse because they didn't go to a 3rd down until the second half yesterday.
I don't care. They stop running. I get it. Damian Harris, 18 carries, 101 yards, right? He ran pretty good. Stevenson looked okay, but he can't blitz protect to save his fucking life. But still, let Mac throw. You saw it. 1st down, it was incomplete, and then you run it on 2nd down. Next thing you know, you get 4 yards again. It's 4th and 3, and then you punt. Come on. That's where I have it. That's where I have a problem.
Yeah, the 4th and 3 hurts me. The overall, look. This is my arcing theme about the Patriots. This is my opening take. I'm gonna stop nitpicking on the smaller things in game because they're not good enough team to be doing that. It's a broader problem. They're just not there yet. However, that 4th and 3, you've had 3 individual circumstances like that during this year where you should have gone for it and gone for the win. Instead, you've played pussy ball, which we always used to shit on other teams coming in here and getting spooked by Belichick. Scared. You got to go for it. You can't give Brady the ball back. Well, your defense gave up 500 goddamn yards, and you're gonna give them the ball back in overtime? What are you, fucking crazy to get a field goal to win? That's an absolute no-braining coaching decision. So yeah, let's jump all over them. 4th and 3 in your own 46. I get it. You give them, you don't get the 4th down, and it's basically game over. I understand that, but
But it was game over
Basically,
anyways.
it was game over anyway. And they
Mhm.
proved that against the Bucks, and they proved that against the Cowboys. So that's frustrating. But look, at the end of the day, Mac throws it 21 times, Mac throws it 51 times. We're bitching at coaching. How about Mac Jones just gets a little bit better and makes a couple more plays here and there? That's going to be the difference in this team winning and losing. That's what's going to be the difference. And who was doing Romo. I didn't get all the game because I was out doing the thing, but at the end, he was kind of nitpicking and picking apart Mac Jones for going for the safe throws instead of making Dallas pay for cheating down. He's been doing it all year. He's a rookie. It's going to happen.
Romo was caressing the Dallas Cowboys balls all
Of course
game.
he was.
Of course he was.
It was fucking annoying. I almost fucking muted it because it was so bad.
I'll tell you what. One thing about being in the stadium is I don't have to hear those cunts. That's for damn sure.
But everyone around you has to hear you, and that's enough for them.
I was pretty quiet. I was really drunk, but you know,
surprise.
Yeah, we snuck a bunch of nips into the game, so it worked out great. They didn't even fucking pat her down. Shoved them all in her jacket. I was like, yes.
They didn't even go the bra route or the boots.
No, I said, shove them in your titties. She's like, wow, just put them right in here. I was like, okay, they're plastic, so let's do it.
Someone had a meme for that on the overtime defense, the Patriots defense, or the third down, whatever it was like, need to stop. Got to put your best defense out there. And it was a Foxborough security just like barely waving guys fucking through. Like Dude, they weren't even patting him down. They just put their hands up their sides.
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst play of the game, though, the 3rd and 25.
This is the play they've been beat on all season too. Like, talk about coaching and adjustments. I get it, but Jalen Mills giving inside leverage and 5-yard cushion.
You want to talk about where's the safety?
Season long. They've been getting beat on that fucking play. 4th down after 4th down after 4th down against the Saints. Giving them 10 yards cushion. We're texting each other every fucking game. There's a big 3rd down, 4th down. You got 10 yards cushion. They just slant on your ass. And there's no linebackers in there. Like, it's just so Houston. Yeah, that's another one. To give up that play, 24 yards on a 25. You knew it was coming too. You knew it was coming.
You couldn't hold them to 10. You couldn't just stop them and make them kick a 50-yard field goal. Instead, there was a 44, 43, somewhere in that range. I don't even remember the distance. But it's like, those are the plays you stop them on. I understand, like, you know, they're just trying to get a field goal at that point. They're not going for the fucking thing. And you just let it, what was it? Was it Lamb? I think it was CeeDee Lamb just get wide open. And like, where's Devin McCourty there? You're the single high safety for a fucking reason. You can't play cornerback. So they moved you to safety. You're the deep guy. This is the fucking Tampa 1 offense, Tampa 2 defense or whatever that you're playing. And where's McCourty? And he called himself out after the game for it. But dude, good. You noticed it after the game, but that's your play. That is why you're in the fucking game. You're the man over there to come up and stop that. It should not have been 24 fucking yards to set up a chip shot field goal to tie, to go to overtime after you just fucking scored 75-yard touchdown. And then Bill kneeling, like, come on, let the kid throw. I think he had a timeout left, 20 seconds left. Let him take a couple shots, right? Don't just concede the game and go into overtime. Same thing in the first half. You kneel down. I believe you had the timeout left too there with a minute and 30. Minute and a half left. Yeah, minute and a half left. And you kneel down. Kind of bullshit. Again, let the kid throw. You just stopped Dak at the 1-yard line. On 4th down, you got the fumble. Let the kid throw. Like, stop playing. We used to bitch with Brady. They used to do it with Brady. Kneel down, minute and a half, 2 minutes left, timeouts. Like, what are you doing?
Especially when you get the ball back in the second half.
Why are you can see that? You go up there, you're up 14-10. You get down there, manage to get a field goal, 17-10, and you get the ball back. That game right there flips with a minute and a half and 2 timeouts, 1 timeout, whatever they had at the end of the first half. Like, this, it's bad coaching, in my opinion.
Yeah, and
quickly, can I go quickly, real quick?
Yeah.
With the whole slants and the 3rd down conversions, the 4th down and 4th and 24, how we're getting beat by the Saints, the Dolphins, the Houston, all that. This is like non-Belichick like formula right now. Like, he would see that in earlier weeks and be like, all right, we got to adjust to this. Teams are beating us easily by this. We got to stop giving up this cushion. I think you should never, ever hire your own fucking son to be the defensive coordinator of this team, because how the fuck are you going to fire him?
He just traded away the adjustment for a 6th-round pick 2 weeks ago. That was the adjustment that needed to be made.
But how do you go into a locker room and start fucking bitching out your son? I feel like his son has way too much control on this defense right now, and it's showing, because there's not adjustments like in years past where they wouldn't be making these mental errors like game after game after game. Something has to be done in that locker room. I mean, it's not gonna be Matt Patricia doing it. So
the guys they signed, it's poor player. It's poor players.
The players are one thing, but it's also individual. Like, the scheme is the defense has been good. Like we can't get shit on
the scheme's been good. It's the players.
They've been like, so if you break it down to where the defense has been bad, it's been in individual plays at big moments. Now, if I just give that to you in a vacuum, to me, that screams players not coming through in big moments. That individual play, that inside leverage shit by Jalen Mills, I don't know. It's not happening to J.C. Jackson as much. It seems like a lot happening on Jalen Mills. I get that J.C. Jackson did get burned a couple times, especially in the Dolphins game, but it's happened a lot on Jalen Mills' side. I'd have to imagine you look at the scheme and they think that he can get beat on the outside leverage. So they say, let him have the inside, let him have the inside. Maybe that's bad coaching. Maybe your personnel is not good enough. But I'll tell you what, you're averaging something like 19 points before this game given up as a defense in 2021 NFL. That should be good enough to win some fucking games. So I don't know. I'm not too mad at Steve Belichick as much as you are, Ray. But I agree with you. No, the fucking nepotism of having your own kid as the defense coordinator probably is not going to end very well.
All the kids do it. Remember Jeff Fisher's kid was on there. They're all
Shanahan. The whole NFL is a breeding ground for their own. Hope the best thing that could happen to you is Steve Belichick goes and gets a job somewhere else, and Gerard Mayo comes here and gets the position. But
don't be surprised if Mayo goes somewhere else. He's already been talked about in head coaching jobs the last couple of years, and
not if you keep giving up 60-yard bombs to lose the game.
Yeah,
you ain't going nowhere.
Bye-bye.
I was going to make another point in that 3rd and 24, but never mind. Let's move on to the other plays that I think lost you that game. The pick six will get overshadowed because they went back and scored a 75-yard touchdown, but inexcusable fucking play. Maybe that's why they're not letting him throw it. But he's a rookie. This is the bed you laid in. You got to lay in it. You gotta play to fucking win. You have to play to win. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I promise not to get on the coaches to start this show, but fuck it. The whole season they've been coaching not to win. They're coddling Mac Jones, but then they let him throw 51 times. I don't think they have an identity. I don't think they found their identity. They don't know exactly what to do. Maybe the kid's a mental case in practice and they don't want to let him get too down on himself. So, keep him away from mistakes. I don't know. But that pick six, I would say it lost you the game. I mean, even if you don't convert, you give them the ball back less than 2 minutes. They got 2 or 3 timeouts. There's a good chance they come down and score and kick a field goal to win. But you gave them fucking a 5-point lead. The pick six.
Yeah,
that should usually kill a team.
I'm also wondering too if the whole Mac Jones not throwing was the fault of Randy Gregory destroying him and probably driving him into the ground. He didn't look good when he got back up off the ground. Mac Jones.
I thought he was. Being in the stadium, I don't get to see a ton of replays. I thought the pass, the pick six, I thought that was more on the receiver. It looked like it hit his hands, but when I saw the replay today, like the game replay, I was like, all right, that's a bad throw. Because where I'm sitting, I'm not facing like dead on the plays. But yeah, I thought, Kajuta, was that the right tackle? He gave up 2 sacks to Gregory in under 2.5 seconds on both rushes. Like that, it was credible. I think the last 3 years, he's the second guy to do it. Njoku, I believe, or whatever the guy is from Jacksonville.
When you have a wet fart and you clench your cheeks and you're like trying to like scary, or just how I normally walk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how he was getting off the field.
I thought he was concussed. I mean, that was you could hear it. That was a big hit, and then
the wind was knocked out of him. He couldn't fucking move. Yeah,
guy loves to get hit, according to him.
It's a good thought. Maybe he was just hurt. He's probably hurt. He's been beat the shit out of this year, and it's Kajust or Kajust, not Kadute or whatever.
Whatever is stupid. Get off the fucking team. Well, he's not going to work here anymore.
Here's the play that really lost you the game. Not the no safety high and Jalen Mills 1-on-1 coverage. Nelson fucking Aguilar.
That's
Dr.
a touchdown.
Stonehands here. I didn't go back and look at this replay. It looked like that safety was coming down, but he had the angle. He might beat him and get up the sideline and win that game for you. Or it's going for 40 at least, and you're a couple plays in Nick Folk miracle field goal to win again. So Nelson Aguilar, you're on the shit list, buddy. You got to catch that ball. That was also a little high and a little ahead of him, but it hit his fucking palms of his hands.
Should have been a catch.
I mean, I guess Mac Jones should learn if you're going to throw it to Aguilar, put it in his goddamn gut. And don't make him make a hands catch at full speed, or
toss it, just
or lay it up to him like an egg.
And that was in overtime too, because like I said, there was one safety over the top, and if he was coming out of the angle, I mean, you could cut to the left, and that Aguilar was probably gone. That's 40, 50, 60 yards gone. I mean, it was nice. Mac went back to Jacoby Myers the next play, so he kind of made up for it. So it didn't terribly hell of a catch by. Fun fact: 1,000-yard receiver Jacoby Myers, 0 touchdowns. He's the only player in NFL history to do that. So there's a record.
Rough stat there.
Oh yeah.
How about Dak? 500 plus yards for the Dallas offense. Can we get off of when we start shitting on the Patriots a little bit here and give Dak some credit? Has he morphed
I told
himself?
You guys,
he threw for
I told you guys all along
yards.
he's worth $45 million. I said that
Fuck
all.
you, Ray.
Dude, he threw for
400,
445 yards is the most yards ever thrown against a Belichick defense.
The one thing that we thought wasn't going to happen was Belichick was going to stop the passing attack and let them run. Oh, we were so wrong on that because
Dak
was throwing
51 times. I couldn't believe, was he 36 of 51? I didn't even realize he threw that much until I left, and I was like looking at the stats. I was like, he threw that fucking much.
You mean
Holy
this morning
shit.
after your hangover?
Yeah, it was bad today. I'm hurting.
Real quickly, we're a little bit late in here, but just to kind of wrap this all up into the Patriots season is over. Let me give you the teams ahead of. This is not counting division winners. This is just teams that you would have to pass to get in one of the 3 wildcard spots. I'm going to name them. You say yes or no if they can pass them to get into the playoffs. Ray, mark this down. How many we say yes?
Hold on. Let me get my crayons out. Hold on.
How do you not have the fucking ledger to start the
my son was doing homework down here. I apologize.
Don't let him.
Always
Well, I bought a new computer, so he won't be doing it down here anymore. Go on. Ready?
Yeah. Okay. Here are the teams ahead of you for just the wild card. This is not the division. Raiders. No, again, can you pass them in the standings? Considering, is that team good enough? Can you get better? Their standings in the league, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Can't pass. Okay.
Yes.
Broncos.
Yes.
Yes.
Chiefs.
No.
Yes.
Ooh. I'm going to say no. They're the Chiefs.
Yeah, they destroyed Washington yesterday.
They're in last place.
They're 3-3. Bengals.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. Just the way Joe Burrows is playing.
What?
They're 4-2.
Browns.
Yes.
Yeah, because Kareem Hunt's out, Chubb's out, and Big Mayfield just dislocated his shoulder, so he might be out for a while too. So
Landry's out, OBJ's out. That whole team's
Steelers.
up. Yes.
No, their defense is really good, and
I'll say yes. And the Steelers, they're a fake 3-3. They stink. Colts.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
I think Colts are yes. How many we got there, Ray?
For me, I have all yes.
Not you. Everyone. God damn it! It's 2 out of 3. It's a voting system. It's democracy. Like, we didn't do this again.
1. Nope. 2, 3. 3 yeses.
We said 3, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams ahead of you. So if you pass 3 of them, you're still out of the playoffs.
Don't forget the Titans are ahead of you too. So
yeah, but they're a division winner. So I
forgot that division.
The division winner
sucks.
get in automatically. So there's 4 other teams: there's the Titans, Ravens, Chargers, and Bills that all lead their divisions that are automatically in. I just went just to get into the 3rd wild card spot. You got to pass 4 teams. We only gave you 3. So nope.
Good
See
luck.
you next year.
Good luck.
See you next year. Tell you who is in the playoffs though: Bills, Boston Red Sox, and
Do
ain't
it all
doing half
along.
bad.
No, this offense is fucking rolling.
Knew it all along. You sons of bitches. We're gonna start recording old Date Mitch's takes so you guys fuckers can't keep stealing them.
No, I never
Wasn't it
believed.
Bill?
I
You were
never believed
83
in
and
this
83
team.
or something?
I was about 82, 83 wins. They won 93. I didn't expect that. No, and then they've been playing great.
ALCS, they split in Houston. It's actually as soon as they jumped out in game 2, that game 1 loss stung just a little bit more, especially the way it went down. The decisions that I go back to, I had 2. I had 3 originally. One was the Santana pinch hit, which after Cora gave us his numbers on, I'll retract that. But I didn't like them pulling Chris Sale with only 2 and a 3rd inning in there.
I think we both agreed on that. I didn't like it either.
Bases loaded, just let him try and get out of it. This is why you pitch Sale in the first game. like with a half a mind that you might lose it. So let him try and get out. If he gives up 2 runs, you got the whole game to get back. Instead, they wait for that situation to give it to Sawamura in the 8th, who loads the bases, and you let him try and get out of that. And miraculously, between him and who relieved him,
Brazier.
Might have been Brazier. Between those guys, they got out of it with 1 run or 2 runs out of that. I forget now, but you ended up down 2 runs.
It's Robles.
Yeah, it's Robles. So you end up around 2 runs down instead of 1 going into the 9th. Kiki comes up, hits a home run right off the fucking bat. It would have tied the game.
So good.
That's such a bad like you don't let Chris Sale get out of it in the 3rd, but you try to let Sawamura get out of it in the 8th. It's the only time since Alex Cora took over for the Red Sox that I said he's not managing to win this game. If he was, Sawamura would have been out after the 3rd batter he faced. He couldn't get the ball over the plate. Everything was high and inside. But they come back in game 2 and absolutely mash JD with a grand slam in inning 1. Devers with a grand slam in inning 2, back-to-back. First time that's happened maybe ever. And
first time, it's the first playoff game ever with 2 grand slams, and it happened in back-to-back innings.
There you go. Billy Stats. And just before this wasn't on the email, but I'm not convinced Devers is still. People are going nuts now that he had a nice game and he had a grand slam. He's still not right. Don't be surprised if he doesn't get a hit tonight.
He's got a hand injury. He's been playing through it. I mean, it looked like he was back because he fucking roped. That ball went on a goddamn line. But
he's not swinging right. He's not. He's fucked up.
You can see him. He's falling off the bat. He just got a pitch to hit, which is funny because they've been jamming him that inside fast, high and inside because he can't get around on it, and he finally did. Let's hope he's healthy. But I mean, it was nice to see bouncing back after the loss. You need.
He's going to battle through. Let me give you a couple more key pieces on these first 2 games, and then I'll hand it over. Evaldi obviously went in there, 5 innings, 3 earned. Looks strong. That stupid delay, fucking dumb. And don't tell me that the Astros didn't milk that.
They definitely milked it. And Onoruzzi after the game too, he said, "Oh, I rushed it." Bull fucking shit.
He sucked anyway. Should have just got in there.
He got shelled.
And burying the lead here, Kiki Hernandez in just the playoffs, 16 for 32, 500 average, 4 doubles, 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, and a walk. Just an absolute wrecking ball. And he's feeling
ties Red Sox postseason record with 5 home runs.
Yeah, he's absolutely killing it. The most hits in a 4-game span in MLB history or MLB playoff history.
Most total bases,
setting all kinds of runs. That play he made in game 1 with the bases loaded, Chris Sale pitching that first inning, that was a fucking hell of a diving catch in center field.
Because that ball's going on the fucking wall if you don't make that.
Oh yeah, and it's scoring too if he just plays it off the bounce. So, last point on the Denny Santana. I know you were against it too, Bill. Let me see if I can change your mind, or if Alex Cora can change your mind on the pinch hit there. Not that it matters all that much now, but
he's the greatest manager of all time. So yeah, probably will.
That's true. He's working on it. This is what Alex Cora had to say. And the little stat here to begin. Santana, switch hitter, also had recorded just 14 plate appearances after July 21st. He had not taken an at-bat in the majors since September 10th. He also batted 181 for the season. That's the guy you pinch hit. Here's what Cora said. I think the guy in the mound dictated what we did. I think that's a mistake, number 1. That's the nerds talking. Danny put a great at-bat. He did. He is actually better against Graveman. The pitcher was actually better against righties, who Renfroe is. That's who his pinch hit for. His 2-seamer is 99, hard to hit in the air. Danny Santana went to a 3-2 count, had a hard hit ball, blah, blah, blah. Almost got it in play. Graveman against right-handed hitters is a 117 average, and against left-handed hitters has a 253 average. So with all that information, you still okay with the pinch hit, Bill?
No. Let Renfroe hit it because he's the guy that can hit a fucking home run. Guy hit 31 this year. Let him. Like, this is what, we were I think yesterday we were talking about, or Saturday, bitching about the nerds. Like, what happened with just give me your best lineup, and a guy that I know when you're in a close game like that, and I believe they were down 5-3 at that time. You had some runners on base, and then you pinch hit for Renfroe, the guy that can go yard. And this is what I don't like about baseball. You try to play the matchups. I get it, but with Renfroe, let him hit. He's hit right-handed pitching all year. He hit 250 in the fucking regular season with 31 jacks and like 90 RBIs. Let the guy fucking hit. He's your best chance to get. Danny Santana, what'd you say? 14 at bats since July? No fucking thank you. You hit
91 average. You snip snap me. I'm back. Fuck that move. That was a bad move. Let Renfroe hit.
You have to give a guy, I'm sorry, but especially you have one of the shortest porches in left field. The shortest. Trey Turner hit a home ball last night in Atlanta. 29 out of 30 ballparks, that's a home run in. Like, so think of the difference. You have the shortest outside of Fenway.
Right.
Let the guy fucking hit. It just it pisses me off about baseball.
It's a microcosm of the whole game for me that really pissed me off in game number one. It's funny that the Red Sox are playing so well. We're still bitching about game number one, but it did. It sucked. As soon as
you'll be up 2-0.
Well, you should be up 2-0, but just in terms of the game of baseball and how much it's deteriorated, I think, at least from the pitching standpoint, is it was like a computer system. So both lineups go left, right, first to 9. There's no discrepancies in that. Both of them do that. And both managers and their pitchers brought in their bullpen every inning, basically every inning, a new guy to start every inning that was either righty or lefty, depending on what the inning started with. Because ideally you get out in 3 outs. So you only face 3 hitters. 2 out of 3 of those are going to be righty or lefty, depending on who starts. So it was like the computer went, lefty up to bat, left, right, left, send the lefty to the mound, and calculate. And they went through 14 or 15 pitchers?
Astro used 7, and then it cost them game 2, where you have Garcia go, 2 plus? He claimed he was hurt, but it looked like he didn't want to be there. He had nothing, and he looked like he just quit on the team. And now you had your game 4 pitcher come in, who also got shelled. So now you're running guys out. They did a good job. They limit 9 runs after the 5th inning. They didn't get anything for runs, or the 4th inning, I should say. All the runs came in the 4th inning until 2 home runs late by fucking Darvish and Hernandez. Gave up 2 home runs.
He shouldn't see.
Nope. Kind of made it interesting. That's why he's on the roster for a 9-3 game. But yeah, I mean, at least you split in Houston. That's the biggest thing. That's what I was hoping for. Houston, 95 win team. They're better than the Red Sox. Honestly, I think they're better lineup, better pitching staff on paper.
Well, let me ask you now, because this was my take. Coming into game 3 here, which I think should be Pivetta. I don't know why Erod's starting.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have their reasoning, but I think if you're throwing Pivetta against that staff that, like you just laid out for us, Bill, is tired and has thrown a lot of innings. Say what you want about Nick Pivetta. I get it. He may come up with a stinker, but he's been good lately for sure. And he was nails in the bullpen for him. Like, don't you want to pull all of your cards on the table here to pick up a 2-1 win and take control of the series? Instead, you're going to throw Erod, a giant walking fucking question mark, whether he's going to show up. I think he will tonight, because this is kind of his track record. He has some shitty games, and then all of a sudden he goes out there and gives you 6 innings at 10 Ks. Kind of feels like that night to me. I think Fenway's going to have something to do with it. But the Houston pitching staff might be on the ropes a little bit after game 1 and 2.
Yeah, you got Uruguay or whatever his name is going tonight. I mean, like I said, splitting back, Alex scores 5-0 after a loss in the playoffs, plus 32 run differential. So, I mean, this is what I hope.
Say that one again. Greatest manager in Red Sox history is working on it.
After a loss in the playoffs, he's 5-0, and the offense has a plus 32 run differential. So, I mean, that's crazy. This is why, and I think I told, what was it, last week before game 1 when they announced Chris Sale, I said I feel more comfortable with Nathan Eovaldi going after a loss. It basically set up just that way. You know what I mean? That's what you wanted. You didn't want to start Eovaldi game 1, because I didn't expect, especially if he, God forbid, did lose game 1, and then you're going with Chris Sale game 2. So it kind of worked out. I think you and I both agree. I think I've wanted Pivetta for game 3. I want him to start, but I expect to see him a lot. I have Erod on a short fucking leash tonight. As soon as he gets in trouble, just the track record of the Sox, 2nd, 3rd inning, you get Hoke or fucking Nick Pivetta up.
Pivetta in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go? Ray, I'll ask you this first and let Bill think on it, because it might take him a second. If you knew that chorus stat before they set the pitching staff for this ALCS, would that have changed your mind about starting Nathan Eovaldi in game number 1? And allow me to make this very clear for you, because I understand the mental capacity we're dealing with. If Nathan Eovaldi goes out there and it's a close game like it was in game 1, and the Red Sox bullpen blows it like they did in game 1, knowing that Alex Cora's teams come out and absolutely mash after a playoff loss, aren't you a little bit more comfortable with Chris Sale on the mound in that situation, as opposed to a game 1 tight ball game situation?
No, I like what they did. I like what they did because Chris Sale has been struggling as of late, and Evaldi is the one that's been the fucking man as of late. So yeah, I like what they did. I
don't think he understands what I'm trying to say, Bill. If you give Chris Sale 9 runs as opposed to Nathan Evaldi 9 runs, who would you rather give 9 runs to and expect
Chris Sale? Chris Sale, just the way. And you look at the stats of his record after a loss. A lot of it's after a Chris Sale start. Chris Sale is again got shelled pretty much the first round every playoff the first game every time he's been in there. So I mean, you look, he's always like the David Price in 18 came back, even though he looked like shit in the World Series. I mean, not the World Series, but the ALCS. They got a win out of that. So it's like, yeah, they've always found a way. That the offense, it feels like they do well with pressure in the playoffs, and you're looking at like a half a different lineup right now, and you're still getting the same success out of it. Yeah. So I mean, it's a good trait, but I wouldn't change. No, I still wouldn't. I would still, only because you want to set up Evaldi for later in the series, Game 6. You have a chance right now you have home field advantage per se. Now that you split in Houston, you have 3 straight at home. This is when you can fucking shut them out. This is why you go to Pavetta and not Erod. Like, wait, I don't trust them to win on the road.
Yeah, I get you, and it's a butterfly effect. Nathan Evaldi might be the reason that they mashed in those type of games, because they have confidence he can go out there and deal. So,
when you got a guy coming up throwing 100 miles an hour and painting the corners like he was to start, that's big. And you gave up 4 runs. You gave him 4 runs right at the start. So I mean, he gets up there, he's like, all right, I already know I got the runs.
Yeah. And then let's hope as we move forward here into Fenway, JD has been doing okay. He hasn't been JD Martinez. Hopefully that, the Grand Slam can get him going. Same with Devers. Same with Bogarts, frankly. Them, if it wasn't for Kiki Hernandez, that lineup and that production would look a lot different. We'd be doing a whole different conversation about them not showing up, because with runners in scoring position, they've been awful kind of all season, frankly. So those guys, hopefully that Game 2 got him feeling the mojo, got him heated up. And Raymond, hopefully Fenway Park has something to do with it. And those $9 tickets to those drunk college assholes, that place has been electric in the postseason. Do you think we see the same thing tonight in the next couple games here? And do you think it has a difference in the series?
Yeah, because they're the only winning team in this part of the country right now. Like for Boston, for Boston.
Speak for yourself. Bruins are 1-0.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Everyone's feeling the Patriots' pain.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, exactly. Obviously we're not Revolution fans here because they are the best team in town.
Whoa. Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself, Ray.
But the Red Sox are one of those ones that can hoist the trophy, like that has the most potential, obviously. So, obviously the town's gonna be crazy for Red Sox. That's what we usually do. We jump on the wagon whenever a team gets hot. So I think that Fenway is gonna be electric tonight. I think there's gonna be a lot of drunk people. It's gonna be beautiful.
Quick question.
Fenway would. Yeah,
go ahead, Bay. Go ahead, Bill.
Fenway wouldn't be so electric if it was more than 40,000 people in that place, right? I just think that's the reason it's so small. It's 38,000. They're right on top of everybody. You hear everything. If they had 65 like a Gillette does or Yankee Stadium does, you're not putting the crowd into effect. Honestly, I don't think you're going to get that many. Like now you're getting the real diehards besides the $9 fucking people that for beers and stuff. But like, that's what you want to see in a small ballpark. I just don't see it as a Red Sox fans of being that aggressive in a bigger ballpark. I don't just think you're not going to be as loud, or just like it's not going to be as big of a factor because now you're in I don't know.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I think that the actual practicality of it will make a difference. Like you're trying to say that Red Sox fans are not more rowdy than Patriots fans. It'll just feel like that because Fenway is small. But so what? It's small.
Yeah.
If Gillette was small, there's football stadiums like that. Kansas City, that they pack 65 in there, and yeah, they're good fans. But that stadium helps them out. It's a bowl that keeps the sound in. And Fenway, acts a lot the same way. And don't tell me it didn't have an effect in that Rays series.
Fuck yeah.
Those guys.
No, I'm not saying it does, but I'm just saying like that's why it's more because like it's a smaller ballpark and you're on top of everything. And like we're from Boston, we're fucking ruthless. And so it's more like not mainstream, but it's more like amplified now in like a smaller ballpark.
Yeah. It's going to
thank you, scientist Bill. We appreciate for your analogy on small and large and sound. Appreciate it.
Sound science with Dr. Cunt. All right. Well,
I'm finally a doctor. Yes. I finally got it. I finally got it. Year and a half. I finally got it.
Dr. Big Mac, Dr. Ferndale, and Dr. Cunt. This is the Superman Sports Show.
Finally got it.
This was going to ask. I think we've done this question. Everyone does this question, but Ray, you mentioned it. Boston sports teams and the closest, to the title. I'm not going to ask you who's the closest to the title. Here's my question: are the Red Sox in this ALCS? Is this the farthest a Boston team will get to a championship this season? Is this the closest a Boston team will get to the championship this season?
No.
Who's going to the final?
Revolution.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we are Revs fans. Damn it.
Yes.
Let's see what he did there, Bill. You mind trapped us.
You mind fucked us. You honey dicked us. You honey dicked us.
You fucking dumb doctors over here. Jesus Christ.
The dope in the fucking bottom money trapped us. All right. Well, okay, fine. The Revolution. They'll blow it too. Watch that.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Buffalo Bills of the MLS.
Absolutely. All right, boys. Well, that was Red Sox talk. We're not done with baseball. Real quickly, Ray, let's just give a congratulations, a nod. It's not over yet, but Bills Braves are up 2-0 on 2 walk-offs. The big story here is the Dodgers playing the money ball computer game on steroids, bringing in Urias. Is that how you pronounce it? Urias.
I've heard it pronounced
7 different times. Bringing him in the 8th instead of Jansen or Triasel. How the fuck do you pronounce it? The other guy.
Need Rosetta Stone.
I know I suck at names. I'm sorry. Anyway, they bring him in, who is a 20-game winner, a starter, hasn't pitched in the bullpen since last year. Outsmarted themselves. He gave up the lead, and bye-bye. Braves win it. You second guess that decision, and just how hard are you right now for your Braves?
I'm like semi-soft because they were up 3-1 last year to the Braves in the NLCS and the Dodgers, and then the Dodgers came right back and kind of won the World Series and fake World Series, but nonetheless, yeah. I mean, I bitched about this in Game 5 when you started Nebel in the first inning, Nebel, whatever fuck, Corey Nebel, whatever, and brought Urias in the 3rd inning. A 20-game winner hasn't lost a start in 11 starts. And you bring him in, I just don't like the way it's the nerds. This is what it is. They want to get the fucking 3 outs. They'd rather get the 3 outs at the beginning of the game with their reliever instead of trusting your 20-game win fucking starter. There's some Max Scherzer was good start in Game 4, but again, you're up 4-2. Freddie Freeman struck out 7 times in a row, and you give up a hit to tie the game there, and then a fucking error, walk off on an error to get for Game 2, and then Game 1, Austin Riley again. You're up 2-1. And that's where you could maybe go to Scherzer or, someone or your closer. You go to your fucking closer, not your starter, and just get out of there. But Austin Riley is hitting just as good. I mean, he's hitting like 460 right now for the Braves.
Here's a thought. Go to a guy you trust instead of the guy that fits the matchup. That's baseball has certainly lost that in the later innings, I think. And it's hurting the teams for sure. And watch out for Max Scherzer, who's pitching with a dead arm by his own account. So, short rest.
That's the first start.
No. So he's pitched a lot of innings in a short period of time, and he's been fucking nails. For him to come out and say, I got a tired arm, a dead arm, I'd be nervous. I was the Dodgers. I would be a little bit nervous. So, hey.
First start, Max Scherzer start that the Dodgers have lost since they've acquired him.
Insane. It could be a real clash of worlds there, Ray, if the Sox pull this out and the Braves get there. We might not see.
He's gonna be full Billy Graybeard if that happens.
Is it a win-win or a lose?
I will be a Sox fan though. Straight. Let it until the Braves win Sox first.
True. Yeah, until the Braves take it, and then
I'm like, I told you guys. I fucking said it all along.
I would
Freddie Freeman for MVP.
Yeah. Oh god,
if
he
the
would
Braves
look
win,
so good.
You gotta get a Freddie Freeman tattoo on your asshole.
No.
Maybe just across the ass.
Or his numbers on each cheek.
Oh god, he would look so good in Fenway Park next year.
How about just him on his home run swing on one ass cheek?
No.
That's a good one.
He thought of it real quick. Yeah.
Let's finish this show with the other sports in town real quickly. Bruins start the season with a nice W, a clean W. Marchand gets on the board with 2 quick early season goals. And is Jake DeBrusk
penalty
good?
Shot? No, that was just a good, solid play. He went to the net. I mean, that's what you want to see. It's a good start for him. I get it. Saying he's kind of an X factor because if you get back to that 20, 25 goal score, I mean, you got legit 3 lines that you can roll, and that's going to be important. You get off to a slow start. Jeremy Swayman, great game. Great game. Kind of gave up a goal at the end of a shift. They stopped another breakaway at 2-1 when it was 2-1 too. So I mean, it was good showing. But yeah, this is a good start for DeBrusque. You need it. You need him.
The only thing I'll say about DeBrusque, because obviously, I mean, let's just throw away last season. I mean, he completely went into a head game, completely fell off. Season before in the bubble was
the leading scorer
all over the place. Shots were flying. Nothing. It seemed like with every shot he took, it was getting further and further from the net. And last year seemed like the pinnacle of the depth for him. If he can start getting shots on goal again, and couple start hitting the back of the net, don't be surprised if you see him as a consistent player on this team, like he should be. At $3
I like that.
Whatever it is.
I like that third line too. Hula's on there with Foligno and DeBrusque. You got Hula and DeBrusque with a lot of speed, and then kind of the big body and Foligno. I mean, he's been, again, good leadership on that third line. Hopefully kind of put a spark in DeBrusque more, but it was good to see. I mean, he had the game winner. That's what you wanted to see. And again, get to that 20-25 goal score. This team might be a team that could get further.
This is where his mind went, Ray. When I asked that question,
it was Bruins
championship.
It was Bruins.
Guy. We're gonna get to the second round, and he's gonna say, "God damn it, I was
fucking
wrong again."
Thought this team had it all. This is the last shot. They're never gonna be able to go
again. Time I believe in this team. This is the last time. God damn it.
It'll be on his gravestone in a couple of years.
Every year.
I need it because you don't know what you're getting out of. You don't know anything. Patrice Bergeron is a free agent after this year. Just win one for the captain. Just win one for this little core.
Don't worry, baby. Tuukka's coming back in February. It'll be.
Don't need him if Swayman keeps playing like that.
It doesn't matter if they need him, Bill. He's coming. He's coming.
How do you start him? This
is on.
No.
And the Celtics start their season on Wednesday. This has been the Simple Minds.
Without Jaylen Brown and Al Horford, they're both already ruled out.
No, Jaylen Brown's in.
Nope, they're ruled out.
Stay tuned for the after show to decide who's right on that.
Brown in.
Brown.
Horford out. Suck a dick.
Damn,
this has been the Simple
Minds.
This has been the Simple Minds Sports Show. Tuesday, Fat Tuesday weekend roundup, October 19th.
Nice job, Richard.
We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
They can't do that. They have to just put one headline. Brown is in, and then another headline. Horford.
Brown out. In, Horford out. That's one headline. You don't even need any more explanation.
All I saw was out versus New York Knicks.
Here's what I've learned about.
Read the whole fucking sentence.
I'm gonna do that? You think I'm gonna read a fucking whole sentence? You idiot?
I can't believe
it was 4 words
about Raymond after all these years. But this is what I've learned doing this show with him. He reacts very quickly with no fact checks.
Triggers.
And only works in snippets.
Don't say the thing that I know you're going to say. Shut up, Bill.
Did LaMelo Ball get arrested for 3 pounds of meth and some weed?
Oh.
Asking for a friend.
He did.
The Onion is a fucking professional, a career based on idiots like Ray.
Because then I got to go down a fucking rabbit hole and try to find anything that says one of the Ball brothers just got arrested for meth.
It was on Twitter. I thought it was real.
Trouble in my eyes. I'm just looking for